Thank you. Good afternoon, Bangalore. It's indeed a privilege and honor to be between you and your lunch, but we've got a fascinating topic, and we promise this will be short. I'll start with a question. I just want to understand, all of you, many of you are from enterprises, just want to understand how many applications do you have in your enterprise landscape? Guesses? 100? 200? Okay, I'll give you a survey statistic. As of 2022, the number was 976 according to a Deloitte survey. Now paint this picture where you've got a single system, AI-driven system, which can learn what all these applications do, perform probably better, and perform autonomously. That broadly is the promise of AGI in the enterprise. Now, here's what we're going to do in this session. We will kind of demystify the term called AGI because there's a lot of concepts in there. Then we'll get into what's the delta between AGI and what we have got today. And then we'll get into use cases and quickly wrap it up with the path that we see between today's AI and AGI. But before I get any more deeper, I just want to ask this question, Harish. You've been in this industry for 2 decades. What do you see is the delta between what we have got today, what we deploy today as AI and AGI?
Thanks, Robin. If we really see across, right, we have a great solution available which can go and beat the forecast. The best chess player is available in the market. The AI can go and beat their algorithms. We have a lot of medical research is coming out. But if you flip those things, right, as same systems can't work for all these use cases. These all are defined for one specific one. That is what we are missing out with all the AI solutions available in the market. And that is what AGI is going to bring. So it's called like generalization with reasoning, what human can do, right? So in a specific situation, right, we have our human intelligence, we think about, we learn those situations, right? It's not like that we will only go with the data, but we also understand the context, and that is what the AGI is getting it. If we talk about all of our best LLMs available, GPT-5, Claude, right? All are specifically designed to serve certain purpose. They are bi-dimensionally trained. They know what should be the answer, what it is happening based on the available data and getting trained. But this is what the AGI, which is going to change the overall spectrum. Moving on. If we really see across, right, these are the architects of how the AGI is coming across. If I just take a quote of Bill Gates, right, he talked about fundamentally what is changed. The microcontrollers invented by Jack Kilby, then came to the internet, smartphone, right? And now it's coming the AGI. So these are the paradigm shift is happening into the society, the way that we live, the way that we think, the way that we operate, right? There is also a good quotation by Sam and Demis as well. But some interesting fact that I'll talk about over here, right? You would have heard about that Mr. Musk is building a town of data, right? So he's putting together all our data vaults or all the data platforms and building a big town. Zuckerberg is also doing the same thing, right? Who will win the race? That time will tell. But that is what they are talking about is going to start from 2026 onwards. Google has recently launched, right? Only few days before that news came, that the quantum processor, which is 13,000 times faster than the supercomputer, right? Why they are doing those things? What do you think whenever we talk about Musk or Zuckerberg, what things comes to your mind first? Crazy? Yes? What else comes? Visionaries, right? In my perspective, and I'll just take one quote in Hindi, तुम्हें जिद है आसमां से बिजलियां गिराने की, इन्हें जिद है वहीं पर आसियाना बनाने की. So what it is actually talks about is they actually change the negativity into the positivity. The lightning means it gets the disaster. But what these people believe is, take this lightning, convert into the power, put into the turbine or nuclear, and fuel my data town, what they are creating, right? So this is the things that these people are doing it. This actually talks about is how they are passionate and what the AGI is going to come. If we really think about the differences comes to the AGI versus our current pieces, right? As we talk about is, it's moving from narrow intelligence to the closed domain. So it is not specific that one solution can only do the financial forecasting, another solution will do the scientific research, someone else will do the medical. This is the cross-domain generalization is going to happen. There is no limitation of the memory, there is no limitation of the self-reflection piece. Then the common sense, right? Some of the things that as a human we have called common sense, which is missing in all of our AI solution. That is how we are going to get out of this AGI solution. And this is going to change the complete paradigm shift of all these AI solution getting clubbed into this AGI piece. So with this one, let's dive into some use cases, right? That is what I think we wanted to hear a lot rather than the theory pieces. So I'll go and cover from the financial side. That is what my background talks about, and my friend Robin will talk about from the customer product side. How many of you are actively or passively investing into the share market? Right? Passively means mutual fund, PMS. Actively means every 9:15 in the morning, wake up and see what is happening in my portfolio. Right? But we all are investing, right? Because money is the key thing. Right? AI is important, money is very important, right? Think about what actually we are doing as of now. We are using AI for that one. AI learns all the data available. It takes all the market research data, provides us the insight, what is actually happening on certain investment, mutual funds, and all those things. But think about what AGI is going to change over here. Because in market, there is a lot of macroeconomics, there is a microeconomics, there are a lot of variables. 1,000+ variables work every time. Very, very hard to predict, right? Means still nobody can predict what Trump is going to talk tomorrow, but think about that there are a lot of variables which can be predicted. And that is what the AGI is going to do in future. The way that we are thinking about is the portfolio managers will not be the real person, will be the person driven by the AGI. Okay? The way that I can think about is in our Hindu mythology, there is something called Brihaspati. Have you heard about Brihaspati or Jupiter? Right? Who is a god of wisdom. If that person is sitting, he can give answers to everything. That is what, in a summarized way, that AGI is going to help in all the use cases. Same thing is also applied from the fraud detections, right? Because to identify from million or trillions of transactions, what is the suspicious transaction is happening, very hard to find it out. These are the things that we are finding out, and with my compliance pieces, right? So these are the three very, very high-level use cases, but I'll hand over to Robin for customer product side.
Hey, thanks. I think the previous presentation covered many of the consumer product use cases, at least from an agentic perspective. I'll quickly wrap it up. At the end of the day, what a consumer product company would do is typically A, build product, to sell product, and third is kind of make sure the ops are running well. So at the highest level, you can kind of map AGI to each of these concepts or each of these parts of the value chain, if I were to oversimplify it, and you can get the right use cases there. Again, a lot of this is projection into the future, so you never know how this will pan out, which will take me to the next slide, which is the path that we see. And we want to make some provocative statements here, right? So here's how we see the path to AGI. There are probably 5 milestones that we think of that we will need to hit before we hit AGI. Number 1 is multi-model agents or multi-modality. We've kind of reached there. All of us know about Nano Banana, VO3, Sora 2, etc. We've kind of hit that. So we'll give a score of around 90% there. The next bit is agentic AI, the new kid in the town. We have seen workloads slowly moving into production. but still have managing complex workflows in agentic AI is still a challenge. So we are probably 40% there. Number 3 is world models and simulation. If you've heard of a researcher, 𝗖𝗢𝗡, this is what her company is focused on. How can we better represent world models? Because that's also an aspect of intelligence in there. We are probably 30% there. Number 4 and 5 closely tied to the theme that we have got here, that's AI is not enough. It's about one, human alignment, safety, making sure that the AI is safe, aligned with human values. And number 2 is around how do humans work with AI, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to coexist with AI or AGI. So for 4, we'll give a score of around 20%, and 5 is more a statement, so not giving a score there. We want to wrap up with a quote from Demis Hassabis, but it's not just about the quote, right? Now, Demis would say that this is the most significant invention that we would have in human history. But for us, it's also about the path. Now, let's think about the path. How do we get to AGI? Most likely, it's not going to be a single step towards AGI one fine day. We are likely to have some ChatGPT moments, but it's about the gradient. It's going to be a gradient that will take you into AGI. So as organizations, as leaders, I believe it's our job to be part of this gradient so that when the time comes, you're ripe, ready, and there. Thank you.